Well, it's been like 63 days since the last episode.
63?
63. How unreal is that? Guys, welcome back to the Chaney's Tech Talk podcast. This is episode 10. I'm your host, Chaney Goldstein. I'm joined alongside, once again, by the Pentucket Tech PR manager, Zack Hanula. Zack, how you doing?
Doing great, Chaney.
Oh, nice. All right. It's been quite a little while. I spent a couple months at college. You guys are getting ready for a new show going on? Like, how unreal is all of that? It's like an entirely different place here. But then also, coming back, it's still pretty much the same at the same time. Like, that's crazy, you know? So we have a few things going on today. We have a lot of stuff that happened in the consumer tech industry, a lot of stuff that happened in the Pentucket tech industry, if that's even an industry, probably not.
It is. It's a big industry.
It is a big industry. A lot of stuff going on. We have the new show Clue that's being put on in a couple weeks at this point. We have the spring show Mary Poppins, which is coming up. A lot of new technological things are going on at Pentucket. And then in all of this, you've worked on the radio station a little bit. So
I have. I don't know. I remember telling you about what it was. I don't know if you looked into it. We're using Live 365. I don't know if you've looked into it.
I personally,
it's an internet radio service for putting out radio, and they make it pretty easy to do all of it. You have to put ads on it and stuff. The thing I don't like about it is that they have a license over everything. They have a huge umbrella license over any song you can think of, and you can put any song you want on there. The thing I don't like is that instead of them having a library, you have to download the MP3 and then load it onto their service, and then give it the title, author, the writer, artist, and the album name, and that's so that they know who to pay out, and everything has to be spelled perfectly correct, because otherwise their systems can't detect.
That's right. Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like about it. I wish there was a sort of library, but they make everything super easy. You can do it from your phone. There's a DJ, cool. Auto DJ.
Ooh,
there's a ton of stuff like that. It's
nice.
It's awesome.
That's awesome. And the Pentucket radio station, as I mentioned in episode 9, it's been kind of on hiatus for a little while, but definitely having it brought back out, that's going to be really good for the school. There's a lot of stuff technologically going on. When I came back a little while ago, there were a ton of new things going on. They're now in your student information system. You have a barcode showing up with your student ID.
So we do. I wish I brought my laptop in here, but
right.
On the school issued Chromebooks, you can go to the live link service that we have to sign into your Chromebook. You open Infinite Campus, and there's a barcode. And there's also a barcode probably going to be on our school student IDs this year when they give them to us. And you just put it up to the computer camera, and you just sign in. That's how you do it.
That's pretty neat.
Which I don't think anyone would use that.
So you still have the option to do username and password.
Yeah, which everyone does, because nobody's going to put their
that seems a little inconvenient.
Yeah.
Now I have a question for you. You might not. It might be a no. Do you use two-factor authentication on your school account?
No, and I also don't think that the school supports it.
Oh, it does. I had it on mine. Even though my Google Workspace account is disabled, I can still sign in, and it still prompts me for two-factor.
Oh, really?
I
always thought that the admin had that feature blocked.
No, you can still you can use two-factor authentication. You just can't. The only thing I think that's turned off from my memory is you can't change your password. Teachers actually, I think, can. They're advised not to, but technically speaking, they can.
I thought they were, because they had some. I saw in the staff email they had some sort of data breach.
They probably had some data breach. I've gotten spam emails actually since graduation. While I was at college, I actually got an email from, I think, the guidance secretary. Something random, it was a weird looking spam secure email type of thing, one of those common scam email type of things. And I texted Mr. Berube. I don't know if we talked about Mr. Berube in the last podcast. If we didn't, he's basically our auditorium manager here at Pentucket. He's kind of been responsible for me for Zack, for Adam, another guest from episode 9. He's kind of in charge of a lot of the things that we do. But I texted him. I'm like, hey, is there like a data breach going on or something like that? And he's like, I don't know, email IT. So I ended up forwarding it out. Turns out they were already aware, which I guess is a good thing. But there were a lot of things that looked pretty legitimate about the email, which makes me think that maybe the login got like hijacked or something. Because it didn't look like it was an illegitimately sent email. It looked like it came from the correct domain, from the correct address, sent through Gmail, technically. That was just my brief look into the message headers. I didn't pay too much attention. But, yeah, it was pretty interesting. But teachers probably do have access to changing their passwords. Yeah. They just probably don't do it super frequently.
I think some of them I do know have two-factor authentication set up. Like, I'm pretty sure they do, because I've seen, like, when they, like, sign on, like, the board or something, then they take out their phone and then do that thing on their phone. Yeah. I've seen some teachers do that, but most don't have that set up just because it's, like, I don't know.
It's a little bulky. Yeah, I will say, at college, on all of we basically use Google Workspace as, like, our primary digital suite. So Gmail, Google Drive, everything like that. They enforce two-factor authentication, so you can't have an account without it. And I will say, a lot of people complain about it. It's not even that big of a deal. You can set it up so it's super convenient for you, but there are a lot that just absolutely hate the living hell out of it. It's kind of weird to me, but I've just been using it for so long. It's such a critical part of technology nowadays. You basically can't do anything without it.
Do you still use a single sign-on, like thumb tab?
Yes and no. Depending on the service, there's a new form kind of rolling out. It's been rolling out for a while now. It's called passkeys. Basically, you can use it instead of a password, so it's sort of like a single method of authentication. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of it. I do like the benefits of it. I think that, instead of having a password which can be used across the same sites and everything like that, you can have like a hardware-based authentication measure. So you can use something like a YubiKey or your phone or your computer and have that sort of passkey that like it's almost like a file to an extent that's saved, sort of like an authentication file that you can share with a website to prove that it's actually you and a trusted device that's signing in. The one thing I don't like about passkeys though is that they can't easily be kind of impersonated, but if someone has access to that hardware that has your passkey on it, they can get in without a password. So the trick is to use a passkey along with a second form of authentication for maximum security. I don't like that the passkeys are being thought of as like the single form of authentication. I'm not a fan of how that all works. Single sign-on, I like if it's a sign-in with Google app, that's great, because then you're using Google's authentication, which is probably going to be a little bit more advanced than just like a random website's login page. Like, for example, I'll pull out a random one, ChaneyGoldstein.com, right. Log into the admin for that. I primarily use sign-in with Google because I trust that authentication way more than just the basic CMS one. I think that's going to be a lot more, it's going to withstand a lot more penetration testing and everything like that. Not to mention, it's just a lot more convenient. It's one less password, while also having the benefits of Google's tried and true authentication, It's a lot of stuff, but yeah, it's not too bad though. In terms of other things that have happened around Pentucket, you've been working on what me and your brother have actually been doing, what we did last year, all the TV screens in the school. So digital billboards that basically give students all of the information that they would need throughout the day, lunch, clubs, birthdays, that sort of a thing. Things that would normally go on like a PA speaker every morning. It's basically a school news source. So how's it been managing all those?
I mean, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot more than I expected it to be. And I think the only issue I have with it is that, like, if someone doesn't have the correct format, if it's like a small issue, I'll fix it because if it's a small issue like font,
That's right.
I'll just fix the font.
We were Adam and I were very picky about people's formatting, but we did that to prepare for you to make it easier for you.
Yeah.
We were very picky in terms of someone didn't quite do the correct formatting or styling of the slides, and we made it very clear what it was supposed to be, how you can do it. We gave people pre-made templates. We spent a lot of time making it easy for people. But we spent a lot of time enforcing that because we wanted it to be easier for future generations to keep this sort of style guidelines that we had in place for ourselves, not only to just make them look nice, frankly, but for them to convey information in a way that's easier for the reader to digest. Having something that's uniform and universally recognized is critical to making sure that people can understand their information, whatever it is. It can be a robotics tournament versus a fundraiser of sort. The point is they're going to see the information. It's going to look the same, and that way they know where to look for the key information. So we spent a lot of time making sure that people were actually doing that. Did they? I mean, towards the end, sure, but I mean, once we left, I mean, has it been any better, or has it basically been pretty similar?
I mean, I talked to Adam about it. It was like the repeat offenders, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
They thought they would let it slide when you guys left. But,
sure.
But I would just send them back, and they would send them. Well, like the thing is, like I wasn't I'd say as picky about it, with maybe as you and Adam were, because if it's like the wrong font or wrong color or something, I'll just fix it on my own.
Sure.
Or like I'll like adjust the images so they're not like stretched. But for announcements, like someone gives me an announcement and there's no date on it, and they don't tell me when to start it or when to end it, then I send it back. I'm like, when do you want me to start?
That's kind of important information.
And then I say, like, please refer to the staff letter, and then I attach the staff letter.
Right. So did you end up getting that sent out at the beginning of the year or no?
I think so. I think TK sent it out.
Okay. That's all right. I mean, as long as they all have that info in their inboxes, obviously sending it afterwards, that's fine. But it's definitely a good idea to make sure that they like have that ready to go so that they can refer to that.
Right.
What was interesting about when I graduated, they didn't delete our Google accounts, rather they disabled them. What's good about that is that all of my old files are still in the abyss. So I have a lot of old assignments. Obviously, those are probably just kind of locked down. But what I also did was make a lot of templates and a lot of files that I shared throughout the district. Those are all still available. So all of the slide templates and everything, people can just go to their Google Slides, go to the template gallery, and then they can look at pre-made templates that actually, Zach, you should be able to edit. I'm pretty sure they're in our like shared drive or something.
Yeah.
But it's not rocket science. It's very easy now. And if this was a few years ago, and if I was doing something like this, I would be so grateful for something like this if it came around. Just pre-made templates ready to go. It's not even difficult anymore. It's pretty easy to get started. Send your slides in the right spots. It's a piece of cake. So that's probably the fullest extent of the general school technology advancements. I can't think of anything else. You've obviously been here for 2 months more than me, so unless you can think of anything, I mean.
Not necessarily, just the fun thing with like the new line panels, whatever update.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were telling me about this. So there was an update that came in. What did it end up doing?
So just, I'm assuming it was the update because there might have been a staff email when they said that, or when they say that like the tech guys are going to go around and update your panels and your computers. I think that they might do that. I'm not really sure. But there was an update, I know, to the new line panels. I'm assuming that's the reason why. But the new line panels would started to the touchscreen would just stop working, so you would have to hard reset it from the physical buttons because you couldn't do it from the interface on the UI of the panel itself.
How do you hard reset it? I like vaguely remember. I think what I did was just like
there's two options.
Okay.
One of them is there is a like a power supply switch.
That's what I would always do. Yeah, I would just flip that, and I would like reach underneath and then flick that, and then my teachers would be like, "Oh, you're Houdini. That's awesome."
And the tech guy, one of the times I was at that, I think it was in like math class, he had to actually like unplug it.
Yeah, that's fair. I think near that switch is the plug for it.
Yeah,
is it
exactly.
Not? Yeah, okay.
The one on the front does work if you just hold it down.
Oh, it does. That makes sense. It's an Android device. Android just kind of has it. Well, it's probably not Android, but it's probably just there's like a hardware based. If you hold down the power button for a certain amount of time, it's probably just like a hardware level force reset, or force power off, I should say.
So that's like the only thing that's really gone wrong. Not necessarily wrong. It's just it's just like inconvenient.
You know what I am not a huge fan of? Before I left, new line panels. All of these are basically like interactive touchscreens, and they have a lot of capabilities. They all run. All of ours run, I think, Android 11, and a lot of them have an add-on Windows PC for more advanced things. On the Android side, though, there's an app called New Line Cast, and that lets you use not only Google Cast but also Apple AirPlay. I'm a huge fan of that, but Google Cast is actually broken on our school network. I don't know the specifics of it. I know I looked into it a little while ago. There's a certain method that it uses, like a certain networking protocol. It might be like multicast. It's either that or unicast. I don't remember. But that's how it communicates with devices over the network, and our network just does not use that or support it at all, or maybe it's turned off. I'm not totally sure, but that limits a lot of capabilities with it. Not only that, all of the New Line panels ship with the same host name, so when you're using AirPlay, they just show up as one device. So you can if all of the default names, if people try to AirPlay to any of the screens, they can't choose what screen they're AirPlaying to until they rename it. Teachers don't know this, so they're stuck using the like New Line Cast app, which isn't a great app, by the way. It's it's very buggy. AirPlay does work reasonably well. Every time I have to use one of those screens, I always rename it to the like room number to make sure that like if I ever really wanted to, like people, or if anyone wants to, they can just AirPlay straight to the screen directly. It's a lot more. It's a lot better of a solution, and it's a lot more reliable than just a random proprietary New Line app. You know what I mean? It's kind of a random way to connect to a screen. I hate proprietary stuff. If you didn't know already.
Me too. Like the thing I don't like about the New Line what's it called, the app?
It's New Line Cast.
New Line Cast. So a lot of teachers use it like with their laptops.
Right.
You get to see someone use it with their phone.
How often do you see people use it with their phone? I'm curious because I didn't see it very often.
I haven't. I haven't seen anyone use it with their phone yet. I remember last year I tried to get it working with Miss Dukelan's phone, but she has like an iPhone 5, so it just didn't even work.
Yeah, that would be tricky. That makes it rough. Let's talk a little bit about iPhones, just because this is a consumer tech podcast. The iPhone 16 series did get released about a couple of months ago at this point. It's like October 17th, maybe about a month ago. Point is, a lot of new features, iOS 18, Apple Intelligence, and what I'm actually probably mostly a fan of is the Fusion camera. I don't know a ton about the Fusion camera yet, but not only does your brother have a 16 Pro now, but also Mr. Burby, we talked about him a couple seconds ago, he also has a 16 Pro as well. The 16 Pro compared to the regular 16, there's not as much of a gap as there used to be. There's only some improvements in the camera and some other video recording capabilities. But other than that, I think it's pretty much the same thing, other than maybe a Pro chip. But still, I mean, there's not too much of a difference.
Action button.
But that's on both of them now, though. New to the 16 Pro series, or to the 16 series, baseline, there is an action button replacing the volume switch, and the new camera control slider Yeah, Apple really did run out of ideas, and they just threw a sliding looking thing on their iPhones. So, Zach, I'm curious, what do you think that slider? Just give me a fair yes or no. Do you think that slider is actually going to be useful? No. I'm talking about the. Do you know the sliding thing, the taptic, like on the side of the phone, like the new button? Go ahead and Google it really quickly.
Is that the thing like right here?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never actually used. The only thing I used Adam's phone for was when we were in Boston. And I was like, I can see like the letters on the license plates like from the top of this building. That's insane.
Yeah, we were taking some pictures on the top of, was it Prudential Tower?
Prudentials, yeah.
Yeah, Prudentials. We were taking some pictures, and we were very much testing out the capability of the 16 Pro's camera. And it was
unbelievable.
It was amazing.
You can see like the color of people's eyes from the top of a 50 story building. It was unbelievable.
It was incredible. And one of our friends, we were taking pictures, and he's like, "How did you guys accomplish that in like 30 seconds when I was here for like 2 hours with a DSLR and a professional photographer, and we couldn't get something that good?" That's how amazing the 16. I mean, the 16. I'm sure the 16 series camera is great. 16 Pro, though, that was incredible. And that 5x telephoto lens, that's incredible. It's to the point where I'm probably going to be getting an iPhone for my next phone. I'm for a few reasons, not just the camera. I mean, primarily just the camera, to be honest. The video camera right now, I'm rocking a Pixel 8a. That thing's been serving me well for the past few months, but Nothing beats an iPhone video camera. I mean, I've known it for years at this point, but time and time again, they've come through with some really amazing stuff. So much to the point where the next phone that I get will probably end up being a Pro Series iPhone. So we'll see what that's like in the long term. I'm not upgrading right now because I just got my 8A probably a couple months ago, frankly. Probably back in June. I got it like right before we left school because I remember never signing into any Pentucket related stuff. But it should be very interesting though. So on the subject of new iPhones comes new iOS. New iOS features. Well, we obviously have Apple Intelligence, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. We have RCS support.
Oh my God!
I love RCS support.
Drives me nuts. So Chaney texts me from his Google Pixel, and one of the 4 contacts that I have set up in his phone.
Give a little bit of context for that.
So I have a ton of contacts for Chaney's phone because when I text him or call him, I don't know which number to use when I do that. So I have it numbered, and it's like I text Chaney 2 and call Chaney 3, and Chaney 4 is RCS.
Yep. Yeah, Chaney 4 is my actual proper
that's your phone number.
That is my carrier's T-Mobile. That's my phone bill basically. So that's the number. I don't give that out to it. I didn't used to give that out to a ton of people, but now that iOS is finally using RCS, albeit an older version of RCS, that's what I'm telling people my phone number is now. For a little bit of context, what I used to text people with is I have a Blue Bubbles server. Blue Bubbles is basically an iMessage on Android solution, and I have that set up at my house on a Mac Mini, and then I would just use that with my email address to text people. So for group chats and stuff, that's usually not a problem. For one-on-ones,
we never did run into any problems with.
Because it's just regular iMessage.
Yeah, and
it's not like a version of iMessage or anything. It is the latest. It's the Mac Mini's running Sonoma, not Sequoia, because Blue Bubbles has some issues with the latest version. But it's just regular iMessage. It's not a hacky way of iMessage. It's a hacky way to get my phone to read iMessage, but it's real iMessage that's basically just being sent to my Android phone. It's a really neat solution, and I've been doing that for about 4 years now at this point. Originally using AirMessage, then AirMessage kind of died down, so then I ended up switching to Blue Bubbles. It's been working great. The problems, though, now that I'm not living at the same place as that server full time, it's getting a lot more difficult to maintain it, to make sure that it's always working 24/7, because using it as my primary form of communication is a little risky. For group chats, it's not a huge problem, and I have Apple devices in college. I have my MacBook Pro 16, which is what I'm using to record this podcast episode right now. We'll talk about some issues we had getting this episode ready in a little bit. We have the MacBook Pro 16 that I use as my daily driver for computer. I have an iPad 9th gen that I use just for regular stuff. And I actually do have an iPhone 11 at college with me, mostly for the iOS 18 developer preview. The point is, it's a little risky when I'm out and about and my Blue Bubbles goes down, because then I lose all my group chats and some one-on-ones. So I'm super happy that iOS now has RCS, and I'm slowly migrating all of my one-on-one chats and some of my group chats that don't need to use the iOS features as much. I'm migrating them all to RCS. It's been great. But what is your experience messaging me through RCS now?
It's actually good. So normally when let's just start with this. This is such like a cluster of a conversation. It's like a sentence. But so in school, we're not allowed to have phones in class now. Like we have to put them up in the phone, what they call them, phone hotel.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So on my watch, if I get something from you, like this is exactly what just happened.
Right.
You told me you were here and you came up to the podcast room. So I liked it, reacted to it on my watch. And it actually sent you a reaction instead of saying Zack liked.
That's
and
right.
then in quotations the text.
That's right.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
So if I did here, what if I do this? Okay, so a second reaction, I reacted the nerd emoji.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it actually reacted on the. Really? That's
so
cool.
it only shows me can you do multiple reactions? Because I can only see one reaction at a time. Yeah, so that's something that doesn't work on RCS. That seems to be an iOS thing.
This might even be a bug. Like
it might be a bug, possibly. But that's a new thing with iOS 18. Even just for iMessage, you guys can react with any emoji you want. See, Android and RCS has had that for a while. They probably just did that because they were supporting RCS now. But that's a really cool feature that I love doing. And Android does a nice little spin on it with Google Messages. They show like a little animation with each reaction and everything like that to, kind of give it a little bit of personality to it, I guess. But it's really neat, though. So we have message reactions, we have typing indicators, read receipts, delivery reports, and high-resolution media sharing, which is probably going to be my favorite feature now that and then also some group chat features, but honestly, probably high-res media sharing. Now I can send photos and videos to iOS users without using Blue Bubbles and without there being heavy compression. It's actually amazing the kind of things I can do now. That seems very basic, frankly, and it's been around for like many years at this point. Apple didn't just really do anything about it until now. I've been doing this Android to Android for a long time at this point. And it's great that Apple is now finally adopting it, so I can send like 4K videos basically to any of my iOS friends just over text, and they can receive it just fine. The problem I have with it, though, is green bubble stigma. It still exists, and it will still exist for a while. Now, the reason for that is because, first off, not everyone upgraded to 18 yet. It's going to be a little while before everyone actually upgrades.
I think even I was like maybe 2 months late.
You weren't 2 months late. No, because we were on the beta. You waited for stable.
So I've never done beta. I updated when I went to Maine, like when we were.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. That's like when I did it.
Yeah, and
because I remember leaving my phone in Adam's room. And then like forgetting it.
That's right.
I mean, I ended up getting it, but like the update, it didn't actually even take like that long.
It doesn't take long. What I've been doing at college, though, is I've been getting literally everyone that I know to upgrade their phones.
Right.
Which, thankfully, all the people that I know are very nice, and so they'll do it. Frankly, they trust me. But I'm like, you got to update your phones because then you can like text Android people a lot better.
It's kind of too bad that they don't have it as an automatic update, but it makes sense why they don't.
It makes perfect sense as to why they wouldn't, because it's a major OS upgrade.
Right.
So security updates, I'm sure, are automatic, but major OS, you do have to approve that. That makes perfect sense. Eventually, it'll probably be automatic, but it's going to be a while
Or there
before
should at least be like a setting where you can have like
there should be a
version
setting.
updates.
There absolutely should be a setting. But I've been getting everyone that I know to upgrade, and they've been mostly happy with the update.
Is that mostly so you can do RCS?
That's the only reason I get people to update. That's the only reason I care about. I don't care if you're on 7. Like if RCS didn't exist, I would not care if you're still on 17. I couldn't care less. Now that RCS is out and I'm actually trying to text a lot of people with it, I'm trying to get people to update because that fixes so many issues. In college, I haven't been in a single fully RCS group chat before because there's always one or two people that just don't update their phones yet. I've been doing a lot of one-on-one texts in college over RCS with a lot of people at this point. At least one of my roommates has RCS now. A couple of my computer science friends have it. Good amount of my music people have it now. It's been great. But we just can't quite everyone switch to an RCS chat because not everyone updated yet. I think within the next year or two, once people start either updating their phones to the new version or if they just start getting new phones, frankly,
Right.
if they start upgrading the actual devices themselves, those are going to come with the new update. And not only that, carrier support's going to be improved as well. Because we have some carriers, I think like Mint Mobile is like a major carrier that doesn't actually fully support RCS yet, especially on iOS. Once more carriers start to officially support it, it's going to be a lot less of an issue and it's going to be more widespread and group chats are going to be fixed.
So do you have Verizon?
I have T-Mobile.
Okay.
But Verizon, T-Mobile, and I'm pretty sure AT&T, those all the major carriers support it just fine. I know
Cellular.
Well, I don't know. Is that a major carrier now?
No, definitely
it
not.
Can't be a major carrier. It must be like an MVNO of some sort. But once more and more carriers start to support it, it's going to be amazing once people are starting to use it and actually recognizing the benefits. But green bubble stigma will remain, unfortunately. It would have been a great opportunity for them to either abandon bubbles altogether if they're trying to enforce customization. Another feature of iOS 18 is customizing your home screen with tinting colors, with dark icons, everything like that. That would have been the end game for iOS if they let people just set a system-wide color and everything was set to that. That's literally what Android does. If they just did that instead of doing blue and green bubbles, I feel like a lot of stuff would have gone away. I get it if they want to have a differentiating color between bubbles, but I'll show you this, Zach. On Android, on Google Messages, if you're switching between RCS and SMS, RCS bubbles are darker and SMS bubbles are lighter. So I'm showing Zach my phone right now. You can kind of see how one of them is lighter and the other one's darker to indicate between RCS and SMS. That's what Apple should do. They shouldn't necessarily, they do that along with showing the top of when it switches. It's so easy for Apple to do that. It would be great if they did that because it would get rid of so much stigma. But they use that to their advantage, though, to push more people to the iOS platform. You got to give them credit for that. It does work, unfortunately, but it's just such a shame, though. It's a real shame. But as more and more people update their phones, RCS will roll out, and it should be really good, frankly. So other than me, have you texted really anyone with RCS? I think basically everyone you know has an iPhone.
Yeah, everyone has an iPhone. Actually, I don't think I could name a single. Jacob, I think, is the only one that I know that doesn't have an iPhone.
Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of people. There are a decent amount of people at college that do have Androids.
Well, that makes sense because you're in like a computer science kind of thing.
Well, it's actually none of the computer science people.
Really?
No, it's none of them. It's a couple of music people that have it actually.
Huh. It's also Worcester.
Yeah, but people are from all over though. It has nothing to do with Worcester. It's just kind of there are a ton of people that have Android though. But it's good to see that it's not completely an iPhone world. So that's awesome though. So that's kind of the majority of what's happened in consumer tech. Obviously, we have Apple Intelligence. Personally, I'm not a huge AI guy, so I don't want to go too deep into it. But it's just, you've probably seen the news at this point. It's basically local AI that kind of injects itself into messages, mail, into anything you would want, kind of replacing Siri. It's a good concept, but to be honest, all the AI stuff is just kind of a marketing hype train right now.
When Adam sends us the like conversation summary, they are so bad.
They are really bad. Yeah, Adam is on the 18.1 beta, I'm pretty sure, and he has Apple Intelligence on his phone. It's not great. It's so pretty bad. Maybe not his phone. Maybe it's his iPad. The point is, it's still not good. It's pretty inaccurate.
It has nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Yeah, no, it's pretty far off.
It pulled like maybe like the worst details from the conversation.
Yeah, it's not good. It's very selective. It's not accurate. And to some, they're going to be like, oh, it's just a beta. Oh, yeah.
It sucks.
The stable release is supposed to be sort of in a month or two. Like, if it's really bad, it's just a gimmick at this point. And it will be a gimmick for a while. They're going to fix it eventually.
I found this. This is not even... Okay, this isn't... I don't know if you remember what we were talking about, but it says confusing situations, CPU coolant is thermal paste. Do you remember what we were talking about?
I don't really remember what we were talking about. I know it had nothing to do with that. I know we were talking about... I think one of our friends was like making a funny joke about CPU coolant or something like that, or thermal paste. I don't know. I think it was about both, but I don't think it had anything to do with that, though.
We weren't like... That was such like a minor detail.
It was a minor detail.
So
it picks up on the most random stuff ever, and then it thinks that that's like the main conversation point. It's really strange, but I don't know. I mean, look, it's going to be a while before this stuff goes real mainstream. It's still really stupid, though.
It's pretty dumb.
It is pretty dumb, but that's kind of it with consumer tech. I just want to talk about a couple more things. We have Clue coming up
right
in a couple weeks. Tech wise, how hands on have you been with that?
Not really. So the only thing I can really do is, like behind the scenes stuff, like not even like during rehearsals, because I practice after school. So during my study hall in this period, I will go and I'll do like that kind of thing. But the thing that's hard is that I'm so bad at writing in cues, because if I can't see what's happening,
that's right. Absolutely.
I can't read the script even with stage directions, and I can't read the script and understand what's going on.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a very difficult thing to do if you're not looking at the action. It's a demanding task to look at all that, especially in a show like that where basically everyone's mics are almost on the entire time.
Right. And there's also we also switch mics because that was the whole thing.
Yeah, so the switching mics is a little difficult. Keeping track of all of that, it is time consuming.
The thing I do like though is that when someone dies, because it's Clue, when someone dies, I can I shut their mic off and then that's it.
Yeah,
like it's done.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have to worry about them for the rest of the play.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
That's a very good point. Yeah, no, it does work out really well. And then for the future, obviously Clue is gonna be kind of wrapped up within a couple of weeks. We're kind of in the final stages. The past couple days and tomorrow I'm going to be at rehearsal helping out with some tech related stuff.
I will be here tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I don't actually leave until 12:30.
We'll talk a little bit about logistics and everything like that in terms of what we'll be able to get done. Yeah, but that's good to know. Thank you.
Because the thing that we're doing today is obviously recording this podcast and then going to probably write in more mic cues.
I would think so, yeah.
Because there's a huge stretch where I don't have to actually turn anything on or off. But beyond that, tomorrow, we don't really have to do anything tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be pretty chill tomorrow.
Next week, what I'm hoping is that, so Tuesday and Thursday, we have half days for conferences.
Oh, that's right.
So I think I won't have practice maybe on the Tuesday and Thursday. I'll just have to go run on my own.
That'll be good.
But I'll be able to go to rehearsal.
Does the show open next week? Do you know? I can look it up.
So a week from this Saturday a week from tomorrow is the first show. But I'm pretty sure Wednesday maybe is the teacher show. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I think Wednesday's a teacher show.
It'll probably be the teacher show because I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Right. So if I can go to that one, that's ideal.
That would be good.
But maybe Leo is going to have to do audio until I come back.
Yeah,
because it's pretty straightforward. I don't think I'll need practice with it. Like by the first show, I'll have it down.
It is pretty straightforward overall. There's not a ton to it. It'll all work itself out. I'm not too worried about it for you guys. I think you'll have a good handle on it. And the show should go really well. I'm sorry I can't be there for the shows themselves. I'm going to be stuck in school, but I wish everyone the best for all of that. And then afterwards, you guys are going into, is it going to be Newsies mode or is it going to be Mary Poppins mode?
Newsies first, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So
and then you're
the
probably pretty hands off with that, I would think. Maybe doing some more higher level stuff, but
yeah, I might, I think the middle schoolers are going to be it's going to be as much of a middle school show as possible.
Right. Okay.
So I'm just going to be there. It's going to be the same
basically
thing.
There for supervision. Yeah. You're basically going to be me at this point.
Yeah. That was just kind of fun last time we did the middle school show.
And then obviously me and your brother will be back for Christmas break at that point. So we'll probably be in every once in a while, but probably I will not be in as much as I have been this week. This is probably more of a
because
once or twice in a lifetime type of thing.
No one else has this week off.
That's right. Yeah, no, it's very uncommon to have the entire week out. But the whole reason is because we just had midterms, so we kind of have a nice solid week to recharge and then hit the next week with the ground running. So it should be pretty good. We'll have to see what the future holds in terms of that. But then Newsies, you'll be hands off. Mary Poppins, though, that's going to be your flagship, though. You're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff. I heard logistically things are coming along pretty well. That should be fun to hopefully I can come back for that. I would imagine I can.
You probably will.
I will figure out how I'm getting back for that, frankly. I don't care if anyone tells me I can't. I will be coming up because I'm only about an hour away anyway. So it works out okay. I can probably come back for the day and then I'll shoot myself back down. But it should be pretty good. Are you excited for Mary Poppins?
I think I am. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be like my first kind of big production.
That's right.
Doing it all on my own.
That's right. Yeah, you're gonna be doing. I assume you're gonna be doing sound stuff.
Probably.
Yeah. So you'll
I
be.
mean, if I have the option to do spotlights, I'll do it. I will gladly do it. I love
this kid. Absolutely loves spotlights. You would love this at Holy Cross. There's a couple of random spotlights just kind of sitting in like the student center band room.
Right.
They're not like ones that are supposed to hook up with like a lighting board or anything. They're just kind of sitting there doing nothing.
You just turn them on.
Yeah, you just kind of plug them in. It's really funny actually. But yeah, you just plug them into the wall, and then there's a sliding thing to. It's almost like if they were in manual mode, like permanent manual mode.
Right.
No DMX or anything like that. It's really funny though. But that said. It's been an absolute pleasure,
Mr. Bart. I hope you liked this episode.
Yeah, Mr. Bart, you walked by. You should have come in. That would have been great. I would have loved to see you in here. That would have been awesome. But guys, thank you so much for listening to this. I don't even know what this is, to be honest. It's just kind of a random show where we just talk about random tech related stuff, and we just kind of find out what's going on in the world of consumer tech. Somehow we talk a little bit about Pentucket Tech as well. We managed to put everything in. It's kind of a feat, to be honest. But guys, thank you so much for listening. If you guys want to learn more, you can find more about Chaney's Tech Talk at chaytechTime.com. Feel free to subscribe to the Chay Tech Time YouTube channel. You can listen to Chaney's Tech Talk on any of your favorite podcasting apps. And we'll probably end up doing this again in a few months. I don't know when. We'll figure it out though. But
It'll happen.
It's pretty goofy. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time then. All right, see you guys.
Thank you.